What's up, YouTube? I discovered a new problem that I'm having with my Samsung television. And you may have the same problem. So if your Samsung TV is constantly going off or powering off without you touching the remote or pushing the power button, then I may have a fix for you. My particular TV has been going off and on periodically for the past 5 minutes or so. It just went off before I started recording. Now it's back on. So I'm going to see if it goes back off. But I think I have a fix for the problem. So there it is. It just went off. Let's see how long it takes to come back on. I don't have my hand on the remote. Actually, I'll place the remote right in front of the TV. It was very frustrating, but after doing some research and after I couldn't get an answer from Samsung, I think I found out what the fix is. So right now it's been off for approximately 45 seconds. Let's see how long it takes before it comes back on. Okay, it just came back on. My remote is right in the center of the television. My hands are nowhere near the remote, and that's the only remote I have for this TV. So I'm going to explain what the problem is. The problem is not the TV itself. The problem is the HDMI components that you have connected to the television. So before you throw that TV away, this definitely may be one of those videos that you wish you would have watched first. So the problem is something called HDMI-CEC. CEC stands for Consumer Electronic Control. Basically, it's how other devices can control the power of your TV and control some of the options or settings in your television. Samsung has a option in the setting menu called AnyNet. So for Samsung, you want to definitely make sure that you turn off the AnyNet in the options. I'll try to go through that and show you step by step how to cut it off. And LG's is something called SIMPLINK. So if you have SIMPLINK or AnyNet on in your settings menu, you may experience this problem. The first thing you want to do is unplug all HDMI devices that's connected to your television, such as a Fire Stick, such as a Google Chromecast. Anything that's HDMI, you want to definitely disconnect that from your television. If you don't disconnect that from your television, it may keep cutting on and off your television without you controlling it. So we want to disconnect every HDMI plug or cable that's connected to the TV first. Then we want to go into the setting menus. We want to find AnyNet for our Samsung televisions, and if it's on, you want to make sure that that's off. And for your LG televisions, it's called SIMPLINK. If SIMPLINK is on, you want to make sure that that's off. So I'm going to discuss what HDMI-CEC means in detail. Bear with me. And as you just saw, it cut off again. Without my control, the television just cut right off. So let's see if it cuts back on. So for the television, as you can see, it's still off. What I'll do is I'll provide the names of the HDMI CEC for your televisions. You'll need to know the name of your television manufacturer so you can hunt down and enable this HDMI CEC option on your television, because it could be in a disguise. So what HDMI CEC does? That's a good question. HDMI CEC allows devices connected to your TV through HDMI ports to communicate back and forth with your TV. The devices have more than one control over the TV options, and the TV can have some control over the HDMI devices. This means you could control your Blu-ray player through your TV remote, and for example, or devices can automatically change your TV inputs when they need to do something. So as you can see, my power still has not come back on. So I'm gonna go over to the power strip and I'm gonna shut down all my HDMI devices. Here's my power strip right here. Oh, what do you know? The TV just came back on. Amazing. So here's my power strip right there. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that down. Go back over here. I'm gonna grab my Samsung remote. That's on the TV right there. And the TV shuts back off again, of course. I still have one more HDMI device connected to it. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that one is off. That's why it's very important to unplug all HDMI devices that's connected to your TV versus cutting off the power surge. I found that out real quick. I still have my sound bar connected to it, so I'm gonna make sure the sound bar is cut off as well, because that could be the problem right there. My sound bar located right below the television, right there. I think that's the problem, my sound bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect my sound bar as well. So I disconnected the sound bar, and I think that was the culprit right there. Now I'm going to disconnect my Anynet, which is part of the Samsung TV options. You want to go to menu, you want to go down to systems, then you want to go down to Anynet. right there, any net. We want to turn any net off. HDMI-CEC is in parentheses. You want to make sure that that's off. You make sure that any net HDMI-CEC is off, and your problem should go away. I hope this video was helpful. I'm sure somebody had this problem before and can benefit from this video. So please share. Don't forget to subscribe. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.